In 1922, George Cardinal Mundelein, then Archbishop of Chicago, granted to the Dominican order a unique privilege by giving it permission to establish a parish to serve an area comprising North River Forest and South Elmwood Park. The order began implementing its plan for this new parish in 1923, when it appointed the Reverend John Dooley as titular pastor. For approximately $33,000, Father Dooley purchased the full square block, which encompasses the present church, school, former convent, and rectory, which is located on 1530 Jackson Avenue, River Forest. The parish was named in honor of St. Vincent Ferrer, the Dominican known as the patron of builders. St. Vincent, born in Valencia, Spain, in 1357, was a renowned lecturer in philosophy and was a dominant force in the evangelization of Spain, France, Italy, Germany, Flanders, England, Scotland, and Ireland. There was little done of the formation. In 1931, with approximately 35 families in the parish, the Reverend William McIntyre was appointed pastor. Father began holding services in the auditorium of Trinity High School, and there on February 7, 1932, the first recorded baptism in the parish, that of Jean Helen Cusack, took place. The following temporary frame church accommodating about 200 people was erected facing North Avenue in December of that same year. Because of the economic difficulties of the Depression of the 1930s, and because of the continued uncertainty of the parish boundaries, the building program was continually delayed for 5 years. It was not until 1940 that the school building, consisting of 4 classrooms, was constructed. The total enrollment was 44, with the largest class boasting 12 pupils. By the spring of 1942, the school enrollment had grown to 144, so 2 more classrooms were added along with an auditorium. The old frame church was abandoned, and for the next 14 years the school auditorium was used exclusively for Mass and other services. Father McIntyre died in September of 1942 and was succeeded by the Reverend Richard B. Connolly, the second official pastor of the growing parish. During Father Connolly's pastorate, the building continued. The convent was erected, 2 classrooms were added to the school, and in 1949 the rectory was built. In September of 1950, the Reverend Stephan Redmond was appointed to succeed Father Connolly. Soon after assuming his responsibilities, Father Redmond launched a $250,000 fund drive in order to add 10 more rooms to the school. The school population had tripled in the 5 years following World War II. The 20 years since its founding in 1931, the parish had grown from its approximately 35 families to over 1,250 families. With the completion of the 10 classrooms, Father Redmond undertook the development of the plans of the construction of a permanent church. On June 29, 1954, ground was broken, and the construction of the church was begun. In less than 2 years, St. Vincent Ferrer Church was completed. It was consecrated by Cardinals Church on September 23, 1956. The architecture of the building was designed in an English Gothic style by Frank J. Elliott. The church was completed in 1956. Recent upgrading has brightened and refreshed the massive interior and seats 1,000 people. At that time, the ethnicity would have been Italians and Irish as the first parishioners, but now it's Polish, Filipinos, and Latinos. The next pastor to be appointed was the Reverend Benjamin Arend, a former assistant at St. Vincent Ferrer. Father served from 1957 through 1960, and it was during his pastorate that the splendid church organ was installed, as were 8 magnificent and inspiring stained glass windows depicting various religious episodes. By then, the parish had grown to 1,575 families, with a school enrollment of 929 students and a faculty of 17 religious and 4 lay teachers. Other notable pastors were Reverend Damian Goggins, Donald Sherry, Reverend Vincent W. Bryce, Reverend Edward W. Connolly, Reverend Richard Lapata, and Reverend Benjamin Russell. Father Robert Baudoff was appointed parish administrator and then pastor in the spring of 1998. In the 6 short years Father Baudoff served as pastor, he accomplished numerous jobs. such as the completion of the beautiful landscaping around both the school and the church, and he successfully oversaw the building of the second floor link connecting the school and the library. The treasure of this church would be the 16 stained glass windows of the Rosary, designed and executed by Richard Stolther. Each panel depicts an Old Testament story alluding to one of the traditional 15 mysteries of the Rosary. The church today is over 2,500 strong, and that's the history of St. Vincent.